Boyd.
In some cases, it's the allure and the mystery, the unknown of really an opposite. So, in some cases, the most passionate, fiery love affairs are born of these very different backgrounds.
Despite their differences, Kathy and Cody seemed to be happy together. So how had their romance ended? And why had it resulted in bloodshed?
It's hard to say exactly when things began to go south between Cody Boyd and Kathleen Benson. Cody Boyd convinced Kathleen Benson that he really, really loved her. That's completely at odds with the picture that emerged in the investigation.
Coming up, investigators uncover ties between the victim and organized crime.
Boyd was gregarious, articulate, friendly, but he absolutely had a dark side.
Sheriff's deputies near Vail, Colorado have arrested local businesswoman Kathy Denson for killing her ex-boyfriend, 45-year-old Cody Boyd.
We had a body laying inside the residence. We knew we had a person who claimed to have shot the person that's laying inside the residence. So the first thing we got to do is we got to secure that scene.
One of the first things that seems out of place is the murder weapon itself.
She had set the gun down, actually on the table in the kitchen.
It was an unusual weapon that she used. It was a black powder gun. That's one of the oddest things about the Benson case. This was a replica of a 19th century black powder pistol. Hardly the most effective murder weapon out there. Because it makes a lot of smoke when you shoot them, and there's a recoil, and you have to cock it, play the hammer and shoot it, and a fun to play old time cowboy or sort of thing. It wasn't what you would have had you had any kind of prior notice that you have to defend yourself. In fact, it might have been the last weapon you used.
Oh, your pizza today.
But the antique pistol was powerful enough to kill Cody Boyd almost instantly.
Make no mistake about it.
Yeah,
it
this
was a
piece
very
is your
deadly
favorite color.
firearm.
I do like
Mr. Boyd was laying on his back when I walked in. He was lifeless, and I could tell that what appeared to be a gunshot wound on the left side of his chest.
There was no signs of any struggle or any mark other than the gigantic gaping wound of the half-inch metal ball that killed him. That bullet pushed through almost, I would say, 12 inches or more of bone and flesh.
Investigators find no evidence of a struggle.
As far as around Mr. Boyd, the decedent, we didn't locate anything of suspicious activity around him. There was no other weapons, nothing else that we had found indicating that Mr. Boyd was armed or anything like that.
To get a better sense of Cody and Kathleen's relationship, detectives speak to friends and other employees.
In interviewing the hired hands there at the ranch and also interviewing neighbors, we're talking to those folks to try to help us paint the picture of what kind of person she is, what kind of person Mr. Boyd is.
They discover that the romance had been over for a while now, and money seems to have been the root of the problem.
As far as we know, Cody Boyd had nothing when he came to know Kathleen Benson. He really fit the role of the misfit, the ne'er-do-well, not someone who was successful in life. The word was that she had paid about $100,000 worth of his business expenses.
Kathleen had purchased like a motorcycle for Cody, had purchased a semi for Cody. I believe there was a Corvette that was purchased as well. But things started going south.
Friends also point to the drastic differences in the couple's personalities. While Kathy was quiet and reserved, Cody was larger than life and liked to tell stories about his checkered past.
Boyd bragged incessantly about his claim that in his prior life he was a mafia hitman. He certainly had the guns and ammo to make that seem convincing. The sheriffs discovered on the range a big gun safe, and in the gun safe there were at least half a dozen high-powered semi-automatic weapons. You didn't have to be a very good shot. You just had to hold the trigger down and let the 20 rounds per second be expelled from your firearm. A nasty, nasty set of guns, to be sure.
In fact, it turned out Cody had purchased the antique pistol that killed him.
And it was a Christmas gift to Kathleen, who was living out on the ranch, from Boyd. And that's one of the great ironies of this. This was not a modern firearm, and even an original black powder pistol has a significant percentage of misfires. This is not a safe firearm to be firing, let alone being fired at.
It doesn't seem like the kind of weapon one might choose if they were planning to commit murder, which supports Kathy's story. The medical examiner's autopsy report is also in her favor.
The evidence was pretty clear that he was high on cocaine, and the evidence that she would be legitimately afraid of this man with whom she had a long-term romantic relationship.
Cocaine is a stimulant, and it acts on the reward center of the brain, the pleasure center of the brain. So the combination of euphoria with impulsivity and the reduction of the ability to put the brakes on can be a really dangerous combination.
Guns and drugs is a very dangerous cocktail.
It seems to be a clear-cut case of self-defense, until a new witness steps forward with a different story to tell. Coming up, Kathy is betrayed by one of her closest friends.
She wanted to let us know that Kathleen Benson is not who a lot of people think that she is.
After the first day of the investigation, it looks like modern-day cowboy Cody Boyd was killed by Kathy Benson in self-defense. However, Colorado police are about to learn that his ex-girlfriend's motives might not have been so innocent after all.
So what became apparent as we continued with this investigation was that it appeared that this was some sort of a love triangle. We knew that they were boyfriend and girlfriend, but then there's also this third person that comes in the picture, Monica Seebacher. She goes by Monique.
Monique was a manager for the Vail store and was an employee of Kathleen's for several years. Kathleen and Monique were basically friends, and certainly
Yes, there.
Kathleen confided in Monique.
Is there
However, it seems that friendship had been stretched to the breaking point, and when Monique learns about the shooting, she comes forward to tell Eagle County investigators what she knows.
She was a very forthcoming witness and wanted to be able to tell her side of the story. She wanted to let us know that Kathleen Benson is not who a lot of people think that she is.
There's obviously things that, started escalating there.
Monique Seebacher said that the reason why Kathleen Benson shot and killed Cody Boyd was because Cody loved Monique and not Kathy Benson. Now, whether that was true, I don't know.
According to Monique, her relationship with Cody began after Kathy kicked him out of the house.
2 years ago, Kathleen told me that her and Cody were having love. And I had 2 bits of condos. She asked me if he could stay there while they worked things out.
It turned out to be a little bit of a disaster because Kathleen still
Is
loved
this the mixed
Cody
one?
Boyd.
You know which one I mean?
And yet, here she is.
this one's actually like 427.
427 is the mixed one, right?
She wanted things to work out between them.
It's got like a tiny bit of the whiter color in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
The
cool.
relationship between Seebacher and Boyd was
I
certainly
need to get some more of these
something that
ones.
she wasn't thrilled
They're
about.
all out.
Monique
Did
says
they bring
she
you a
wanted
bill
to pursue
today?
her
No.
relationship with Kathy, but it was clear that she was still in love with Cody. And on
You wanna,
The 100,000.
you want, okay.
Certainly,
I want an easy shopping session.
Yeah, quick one. We just want to buy the whole shop otherwise.
always that straightforward.
You have to buy the whole shop.
Yeah. Last time we came.
I'm waiting for that day when you come with the dad and they give the right money and you can have the whole shop. For your girls.
We're waiting a long time.
With business,
You have the whole shop.
I would have to say, pretty tortured
Do you want to do the bag?
personality
No,
and soul, and pretty conflicted.
Monique explains that because both she and Cody depended on Kathy for their livelihoods, they tried their best to keep their romance a secret. She confesses that Kathy's generosity came with other perks as well.
All three of them had pretty strong drug
That's for Brady, but that's like for full, like a
Yeah.
full head.
It's good that rather than buying it all individually.
being cocaine, and she cleaned the money to keep them
Is it pre-stretched as well, that?
Yes.
Basically, she supported him
It's already
in his
there.
drug habit, giving him lavish gifts. She bought him a car, guns. He basically had money to do whatever he wanted.
But all along, what Cody really wanted was Monique.
For Boyd, he had the best of both worlds. He had a woman that he was getting money from, and another woman who received the dote on him. It must have been an incredibly tempting situation for Cody Boyd.
Uh-huh.
Monique
Do you do those
questioned
samples
why
anymore?
are you still going.
You don't. Of the conditioner stuff, remember?
Says it's
I have
really
samples
hard
of
when
those
you
things.
break up with her after all
I have
these
Really
years.
good leaving conditioner stuff.
That's pretty unusual, that kind of relationship.
Samples are just random stuff that we get.
They're
You
different.
get some good ones, but it's like a red packaging.
Monique says the
We
beginning
don't
of
get
the
them to order. We get them, people like them, then we can order the thing. But this is the last one we have seen. Because I have the rest of the stuff.
We had bought Cody a ring,
Oh,
she was going to or getting ready to
Oh,
propose.
well.
She thought her was a friend, at least that's how Kathleen considered her. And so it made things very awkward.
The last time it was in a red paper. Should have
Yes.
taken a picture for
It's a
me.
different one. The purpose of the sample is so that to create a need or desire to buy or order from you. But if you come back here to ask me for another sample, that's good stuff.
I'll find out which one it is and then I can get you to order it.
Okay.
Find out. Alright, see you later.
Okay, now we see.
Bye.
Coming up,
Bye-bye.
it's a tropical vacation none of them would ever forget.
The three of them agreed to go as a group to Cancun, and that's when things really fell apart.
Thank you very much. Sam, you know.
As Colorado detectives untangle the love triangle between Cody Boyd and Monique Bucker, they begin to realize that Kathy had plenty of motive to kill her former lover. But what did she have to say about her best friend's accusations?
Oh, the black one.
We wanted to find out exactly what happened. What are the circumstances that led up to this, and what led you, the suspect,
You didn't find anything there
that ultimately
to add to the bill?
So that's what we
Another right side.
No?